on issues surrounding gender equality over a wide spectrum and how far we have come in levelling the playing field for both men and women. We will also discuss the Gender Parity Index, which is a socio-economic index usually designed to measure the relative access to education of both males and females. To help me dissect this burning issue of gender in the country this evening, I'm joined in the studio by Nangula Shiavali, a consultant at the Institute for Public Policy Research. Good evening, Nangula, and welcome to Talk of the Nation.
Good evening, Hilda. Thank you.
And secondly, we are joined by Vida de Vos Links, who is the Director of Sister Namibia. Good evening, Mrs. de Vos Links, and welcome to Talk of the Nation.
Thank you.
And then thirdly, we are joined by Mrs. Umbi Karwaye Upi, who is the Head of Marketing and Corporate Affairs at the NBC. And she's also done extensive research on gender mainstreaming in the media for UNESCO and SABA. Good evening, ma'am. Welcome to Talk of the Nation.
Good evening. I'm happy to be here, Hilda.
Lovely. I'd like to start by asking the very first question. Where does Namibia stand as we talk about gender equality and gender parity? Shall I start with you, Mrs. Shiavali?
Sure. Namibia has signed and ratified a number of different conventions and international protocols and so forth. And compared to others that have signed those same protocols, we're doing relatively well. I think the issue is not always so much about the numbers, though, but more so about the quality of where we are in terms of the different indexes that are available, and also in terms of whether women and men are able to access the same opportunities. So I think those are the major issues that come up. There are different areas in which men and women might be performing differently. On the whole, though, Namibia stands to be doing pretty well, even politically, and we can go into a bit more detail on that.
Very good. The UN obviously have a theme for the specific day, and in this case it's Planet 50-50 by the year 2030. Step it up for gender equality. I'd like to hear from you, Mrs. de Vos Links. Why are we even talking about men when we talk about gender? Don't they have all of the advantage already? Why are we considering them? Shouldn't we just be talking about women?
I think that is where the problem probably comes in, that people misconceive that feminism or women's issues are all about women. And that they exclude men, and that they are for the promotion of women to the exclusion of men, when that's absolutely not what it truly is. Gender equality is about the equal recognition and equal value of both men and women. As a mother, you would want both your son and your daughter to have equal opportunities.
Yeah.
And therefore, it's important when people also criticize feminism that they understand feminism isn't against men. Feminism is simply to level the playing field, and that's why it's actually vital to talk about men when we talk about gender issues, and to have male advocates for women's issues, for issues of gender equality. And it would be very wrong, it would be detrimental to the cause to exclude men.
So we need these gentlemen to come along with us, Mrs. Upi?
Yes, because what Vida is talking about is very important. We're talking about rights. What people don't realize is that the women issues, the gender equality is about rights. It's the right of the women. We are entitled as women. And also, it's not only women alone, but women, like she said, we need that field to be equal. Because as you all know, in the past, women were treated a certain way.
Yeah,
and
second-class citizens.
Yeah, second-class citizens. And it hasn't changed much. There is a lot of improvement since Beijing, 1995.
Yeah, 21 years later.
21 years later.
Yeah.
20 years ago, last year, all the countries came together in New York.
Yeah.
And they look at the plight of the women just to reflect back.
Yeah.
And that they have realized that they have collectively failed to look at the women issues. Now there's only 15 years left before 2030. That's why now they are looking at Agenda 2030 to see how they can accelerate the equality of women and gender empowerment.
Very good.
Yes.
I'd like for us to quickly talk, because there is this